The best way to attract high-ticket coaching clients is not to spend all your time and money on social media.
If you can get through that, you can get through anything, okay? And that moment, I knew my life had changed.
Stars Tina Will, a beacon of hope and transformation for women over 40. Licensed life and health coach, Tina specializes in empowering those life's toughest challenges.
So when someone says Tina, they say, I haven't really edited
Draw personal triumphs or tragedy, Tina guides women on a transformative journey. Her unique approach is grounded in the 5 pillars of transformation: mindset, heart set, nutrition, fitness, and resilience. Tina's mind, body, soul, eating program is surviving. It's about thriving. Through her online fitness boutique studio, she merges physical well-being with emotional growth. As an international motivational speaker, Tina's voice resonates across continents. She inspires and educates through her podcast, her dynamic presence on platforms like Clubhouse and Toastmasters International, and her compelling storytelling. Celebrating her latest achievement, the publication of her first book, No More Traumedy, Tina continues to leave a lasting mark in the art of transformation.
I said I need to make a book for anyone who's had type of trauma or tragedy, because there's no playlist. People don't like to talk about it. Remember, I was with my coach and I'm like, well, this person got a cool thing. They do motivation, they do finances. I talk about traumedy. That's not cute. He's like, Tina, you make traumedies look good.
Yeah. Stars Tina Wilson, transforming lives by overcoming one traumedy at a time.
Hey, happy day. I'm hoping that it stops. Okay, it did not continue. Thank goodness. Hello, everyone. I'm not going to say technical difficulties, just major stuff, because that's not my zone of genius, right? My zone of genius is my energy. So I want to say happy Saturday to you and also you. I'm doing a workshop this Saturday. It is a special workshop that's near and dear to my heart. For those of you that are in the building with me here in Zoom, I see Renee, I see Carla. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. For anyone who's out there on YouTube, welcome. So I decided to do this workshop because I believe that some people need some interaction, some touching, some questions answered. So if you're watching this on the replays, do me a favor, type replays. But I want to tell you a little bit about myself and why I am an expert when it comes to traumedy. Yes. Let's start right now in that chat. We are live. Yes, we are live here on YouTube. And I'm going to spotlight myself. I don't know if anyone else is in the building with us right now. But as I mentioned, traumedy is my jam, right? Traumedy is when the energies of a trauma and a tragedy. Everyone goes through a traumedy. And I'm expert with this because God has gifted me with so many traumedies, and I've been resilient and been able to push through them and just shine on the other side, right? For the longest time, I thought, that's not cute, that's not cool, Tina, to be that person that talks about traumas, to be that person that talks about, tragedies. Because a lot of people like to shy away from those things. But for me, I tend to lean in to those uncomfortable conversations. And not only am I an expert when it comes to traumedies, but life and health and wellness and all that great stuff, right? To the core of who I am is all the resilience, all the things you can think of, right? So when it comes to your mindset, to your heart set, all those wonderful things. And for those of you that are coming into the Zoom, I do want to welcome you here and show your faces if you're in Zoom land. If not, that's okay. But I wanted to share with you this book right here. that not only changed my life, but it changed many people's lives. And once this is over, you'll be able to look in the notes for the link, but you can always just hop on Amazon. No More Traumedy. That's the name of my first book. And actually, it's my second book. And in this book, I share a little bit of my story and how I was able to push through my traumedy. And it's a toolkit at the end of the book to help you go through. I want to look in the link right here to see if anyone, do me a favor, type in the chat, where are you from, right? Let's get some interaction going right now. Where are you living? Where are you from? What do you do? How did you hear about this? Let me hear something from you. Yes. And, I'm excited about today because it's almost 85 degrees. I was tempted to wear like a sundress today with like my bathing suit. I'm like, no, Tina, you can't do that. You gotta be professional, all that great stuff, right? So living life to its fullest is what you want to do, right? You want to live with love. You want to move with love to get everything that you need and want. So unleashing that inner power within you. So when it comes to today, as I mentioned, and I do, again, just want to thank you for coming through. And as I mentioned, type in the chat if you feel there's something that you want me to highlight as we're here today, if there's a problem or a situation or something that you're going through. But today, I'm going to be unleashing your potential. And we're doing this by understanding human needs for growth and transformation, because we all want to grow, right? One of the things I say a lot is you have to move to grow. And one of the objections of this workshop is to introduce you to the foundational human needs based on Maslow's hierarchy of needs and Tony Robbins' 6 human needs, showing you how understanding these needs can lead to personal growth, success, and transformation, because it's just the plain basics, right? So welcome again. As I mentioned, the first one that I want to talk about with you guys is, what do you think is the number one thing holding you back from the life you desire? And I want everyone to join in on this conversation, okay? Don't leave me here all by myself. Type in the chat, what do you think is the one thing holding you back from your desires? Now, first of all, you probably have to figure out what is you desire. Maybe it's to be a certain size or an amount. Maybe it's to have a certain type of job. Maybe it's to be in a relationship. What does that look like for you? And for me, I got a lot of things, right, that I want in life, because it's always growing, right? For me, it's like I get one thing and then I want another one, and I keep growing and growing, wanting more things. And if I had to be totally honest with you right now, the overarching theme in my mind, in my life, is I want, is it just me, or sometimes when you say these things, it gets you a little scary, like it's scared to say? And I'm going to pull you next to me, Renee, since I see you're here, because I want this, it's a workshop, right? And if you guys didn't know, a workshop is when you're talking, you're communicating. So whether you're in the chat, whether you're here next to me, so Renee, the one scary, hairy thing that I'm not embarrassed, I love, is I am ready to have my husband. And I say that because before I got married, I thought I was ready for my husband. I thought I was ready to be married, but I really didn't understand or know what that meant, right? Many women told me, they were like, girl, you got to do this. Girl, you got to do this. And I was like, submit, do that, because I didn't understand, right? But then when I really understood what God has in place for me, I had to understand it and push through those things. So for me, the question was, type it in the chat for me, somebody. What is that one thing? What do you think is the number one thing holding you back from your life's desire? But first you gotta figure out, what is your desire? So my desire is to be married. For me, what is holding me back? Nothing is holding me back, because first I had to work on myself, right? Anyone that you're in a relationship with, it's a mirror of who you are, whether that's a girlfriend, your mother, your sister, your cousin, doesn't matter who it is, it's a mirror of who you are. So if I'm angry and I'm mad and I'm hurt, the person I get is going to be hurt, mad, and angry. So that's the one thing, the desire I want. And what's holding me back? Nothing's holding me back. I just have to leap or jump a frog. All righty? That's my thing. Renee, what about you?
I think the one thing that I have been wanting to do for a long time is travel, just because I love experiencing new things. And there's no reason in the world, especially with the job that I have, that I cannot do that. And I think you kind of just hit on it about focusing on yourself. I have spent historically too much time focusing on other people when I should have been focusing on myself. That does not mean I no longer care about those other people. But when I show that I'm making myself a priority, those other people see that, and that, then in turn, it helps them actually.
I love that. I love that. And I just want to say we have to align ourselves with the things that we want, right? It's like if you're going to California, I'm going to say New Jersey because I don't know how to drive to California. I'm in Florida right now. And if I want to go to New Jersey, I believe it's the Turnpike. Is it the Turnpike, right, Renee, or Parkway? I don't know. It's some highway going north, right? So if I want to go to New Jersey from Florida, I'm going to take Turnpike North. If I wanted to go to California, I probably would not take Turnpike North, right? Because California is that away. I don't know from where my head is, east, south, whatever, it's that way. So I'd go this way. So if you want Tina, and Carla, thank you for writing in the chat. Carla says she wants to get married as well. Are there any other women out there that want to get married? If so, put an M in the chat if you want to get married as well. And then Renee put right there, she wants to travel. Now, after you decide what it is you want, tell me the why. Tell me the why. For me, why do I want to get married? Let me tell you, I need someone to pump my freaking gas, okay? I don't want to pump my gas. That is why I want a husband. Okay, that's one of the reasons. No, but seriously, my mother and my father, both of them drilled into my head that marriage was for life, right? And in my mind, when you're married to someone, you're with them forever. It's like you're growing old together, you're farting together, you're waddling down the street together, all that stuff. I love community, right? So another reason why I want to be married is that feeling, that je ne sais quoi, right? Where you're sharing each other's sentences, you can feel their energy, you can feel that love, and I could go on, but I'm gonna leave it right there, okay? Renee, why? And Carla, you type in the chat since we can't see your face. Why do you want to get married? Renee, why do you want to travel?
1 second, while I'm talking about that, Carla's having an issue. Maybe since you're host, you can undo her video. It won't let her. She's getting an error message.
All right. Thank you very much. All right, continue.
The reason that I want to travel is because there's a whole world outside of these United States, and I want to be able to experience all the different cultures. I want to go to Africa. I want to go to, Africa has a very...
Why?
Because first of all,
I'll give you a second. I'll give you a second to listen. I'll give you a second to think about it. And let me tell you why I'm giving you a second. Sometimes in life, we'll say these huge things we want, but you have to have a why behind them. I always say have at least 7 whys. The stronger your why is, the stronger you're going to push to get it, to do it, right? Your why should be so big it either 1 makes you cry or 2 you can't do it by yourself, and it's going to force you to do it, right? So I gave you a little time. I stalled so that you could have some time to think about it. Why do you want to travel?
Because, for example, Africa, it's very near and dear to my heart. We have ties to a school there that we want to, hopefully we'll be able to do another shoe drive in Jamal's name. May I tell them who Jamal is, or you? I guess I will.
This is about Renee. You still haven't told me, why do you want to travel? You talked about Africa. Why? So, for example, I love traveling, 1, so I can see the different communities, the different foods. I like different foods. I see the different environments, the landscape. Why do you want to travel?
I just love culture. I want to see the world outside.
Okay.
Right?
I got it. Yes.
If we think that where we live is the only way, we live with blinders on, because our way isn't necessarily the only way.
Okay. So my goal by the end of this workshop, whoever's watching this, and hopefully you're taking notes if you're listening and you're not able to participate, is 1, we said find out what it is that you want. And for Renee, it's to travel. For Carlos to get married. After you tell the what you want, why do you want it, and then drill that down 7 times. And I get it, Renee. You want to be able to experience cultures, whether it's food, whether it's the environment. For me, it's to see what God can do, because many of the places I've traveled in the world, I was just like, God just shows off sometimes. He's like, look at what I can do. So I definitely get the traveling thing. Carla, you have plenty of time to think about it, girlfriend. You have plenty of time to think. So you told us you wanted to get married. Now why? You can't say pumping your gas.
Why not? Okay, the reason why I want to get married is because I want to have my own tradition, our tradition, just us, something that we're going to do all the time. And it's just
Why?
nice to get married to do that. Because it's just that feeling that you just that capture you, that capture the things that like for Christmas, just having family over and me and him cook for the family, and going to church together, and I always want to go do the homeless shelter, just going there and just things like that.
Okay. Love it. All right, ladies. So if you guys are just tuning in, we are talking about human needs, right? And we talked about what you want, why you want it. Now, what's holding you back? Renee, you stated it yourself. Your job is virtual. So you pretty much can leave anytime you want. Carla, you don't have any kids. So you can, okay, I'm not going to get married, but right away, but you got to find the man, right? So now it comes time to making that plan. And you said something earlier I wanted to state as well, Renee, is sometimes we have to be a little bit selfish. It may sound bad, but when I say selfish, I mean take care of yourself, take care of your mental health. That's what today is all about, your basic human needs, right? And when you're taking care of yourself, you are great. You are able to speak. You're able to talk to people, to have compassion, right? That's why for me in the mornings, and I know some people tend to text me at 7, sometimes 8, 6 o'clock. I'm just ignoring it. I'm telling you now, it has nothing to do with you. It's about
She just went out.
anybody, right? So Renee, what is holding you back, Renee?
Absolutely.
You're up. Did you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me, Carla?
Okay, so what? Yes. What are you going to do? You said nothing's holding you back.
I'm starting to make plans. I recently had a conversation with someone who's very close to you, who she told me, I call her the wise one, and she said exactly that. You have a job where you can work anywhere. There's no excuses to not be out enjoying this beautiful world of God's that you love so much. So I'm starting to make plans. For example, I might be taking a random trip to Transformation Church in Tulsa, Oklahoma. The further away, obviously,
Sounds good.
require more planning, but yeah.
All You're up, girlfriend.
You went
Okay.
out. I couldn't
I don't
hear
know if I'm
it.
frozen.
You're up. What's holding you
You're
back?
next.
What's holding me back? What's holding me back is I'm just uncomfortable of sharing my feelings, my life, my everything. I'm just like what you call it? A social, not social, but I want to spend money. I don't want to have somebody to tell me, okay, you can't spend this much amount. So that's what's holding me back is the financial, the all of it.
Gotcha. Thank you. All right, so if you guys can see my screen really quick, I want to go through these. These are the hierarchy basic needs in life. And if you notice on the very bottom, the psychological needs, food, water, breathing, homeostasis, sexual reproduction. I like to stick with just the first 3 right there. Those are the main basic ones for me. When I notice if I'm off, right? I check those things first. So if you're mad, angry, sad, you're like, what is going on with me? Check out those needs then. Then you go up to the safety needs, love and belonging, esteem needs, self-actualization. So these are the things, we're not going to go into too deep of a conversation with those, but can you think when there was something that you wanted and you couldn't quite understand why you were mad, angry, and if you think about what we just put there, you realize, oh, I'm hungry. Maybe that's why I'm being real snappy with people. Oh, I'm tired. Maybe that's why I'm just, doing this or whatever. Can each of you share a moment where you think something like this may have happened for you? Okay. I see Carla looking for a camera. She's like, yes, go ahead, Carla.
Yes, I'm looking for the camera. I need a faster button thing. What was the question? I was just trying to find the button.
Have you ever had a situation where you realized
Oh,
the reason why you're being snappy, angry, mad was because you were hungry, you were sleepy, or you were tired, or something of the basic
yes,
needs
this
there?
morning. This morning, I was like, no, I didn't do this. No, didn't do that. And I thought, did I eat today? Did I get enough sleep?
I like that. I love it. And isn't it crazy how it's just the bare basics, right? They can make a
Right.
huge difference, especially if you're eating healthy foods. If you guys didn't know, we have an online fitness boutique studio where we have classes. We just introduced a new program for people that just want to get started a little bit. It's called Elevate Tribe, right? It's our Elevate Tribe. And in this, we have classes on Saturdays. And depending on how the tribe is feeling that Saturday, depends on what we're going to do. This month, we are doing a balancing series. And as Carla said, it's like, okay, did I eat? Because sometimes you can be so excited or you can be so mad or so hurt, you forget to eat. Am I the only one who sometimes you forget to eat? It's like, okay, what did I eat? Or you don't know what to eat. But, and Carl, I'm going to ask you a question as well. Do you see the difference from when you're eating healthy or when you're eating crappy food like McDonald's, all that sort of stuff? Carla, throwing it to you. Do you see a difference when you're eating healthy and when you're eating crappy? And give us an example.
Oh, yes, I could tell a huge difference. Like when I eat fast food or all that junk, potato chips and all that kind of stuff, I'm just like a grizzly bear. I'm just like, "Arr." Yeah. I like that,
I
don't
love
you?
it.
But I could tell the
I'm going to do that from now on,
And
Carla.
then
I'm
when
going to
I
say, did
eat
you?
healthy, then when I eat healthy, it's like I just feel so good. Like I'm just joking around. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to, yeah. I'm not gonna say party, but I'm ready to go.
I love it. And for Renee, maybe with you it's sleep because I know Renee, she does a lot, right? And sometimes you can't overextend yourself. We want to do so many things because we have so many talents. But has there ever been a time where you didn't get enough rest and it got you frustrated because you wanted to do something, but you were too tired to do it? If so, I would love to hear.
For me,
No, Kunta Kinte. Yes, you. You're the only Renee on here.
why was I not expecting that? Hands down, it's the sleep. It's the sleep. I have gotten better. It's not perfect yet because I have a habit of I'll have this idea and I'll say one more thing. Or if I wake up early, it's just my first of all, my body is programmed to get up early. Sometimes I even wake up earlier than my norm. And if I have this thought in my head, I just can't, I struggle to let it go. So what happens is I end up not getting an appropriate amount of sleep because I get up and start moving around and
I love it. I love it. If you guys are just tuning in, we're talking about the human basic needs when it comes to your mental health, and we're talking about eating and sleeping and that sort of stuff. And I also have an ebook if you want. We can give that to you for free. This ebook is Morning and Evening Rituals to a Wonderful Life. Carla, I want you to read this. It's your homework, okay, girlfriend? I wrote this book about 2 or 3 years ago, I'm not sure. And at the end of the year, I had accomplished so many amazing things. I couldn't believe it. I was like, really? You did that? and you did that, and you did that. I couldn't believe it. I was just like, what in the world? And I can attribute it to one thing, Breakfast with Champions. This is a social media app on Clubhouse, and I was infused in it, following all the people. And when you're surrounded by a tribe of people that are uplifting, and you want to do the same thing, right? So that particular year, I didn't even realize all the great things I did. So at the end of the year, I legit was scared. I think it was 2021 or 2020, 2021. I don't know, one of the two. But anyway, I had just finished a full marathon. I went to Paris. I did a lot of, I did so many things, and life was just wonderful. And it was scary, right? I'm just like, okay, now what are you going to do? What are you going to do? I was so scared. So I said, all right, Tina, calm down, calm down. And I wrote down what I did. And I did the exact same thing every morning and every night. And I said, you know what, Tina, if you dialed in on these things a little bit more, your following year can be just as good, if not better. And guess what? Each year after, it has gotten much better and much better. From having this book the year after to having this book the year after. Now we're on this year, which is going to be the anthology. Not only the books, but the courses, the people's lives I've changed. And how did I do that? With my morning and evening rituals. You have to have those. They keep you in that homeostasis state, as they mentioned. I remember I went to Jersey a couple weeks ago, and I was off. I was like, what is going on? And my daughter was like, yo, ma. Okay, she didn't say that. She says, you're not in your regular atmosphere, right? So for example, for me, I've got a new best friend. I'm sorry, Renee, you got a little competition. All right. Alexa, play Ages Past, Transformation Church.
Okay, Ages Past by Transformation Worship from Spotify.
Can you guys hear that? Did you hear it? I don't know if you heard it, but every morning, that's what I wake up to. And then I say, Alexa, put on the red light.
Okay.
And then this red light comes on. And this song is about 12 minutes. Alexa, turn the volume down some. She does that too. And then I'm laying in bed. It's 12 minutes, I know. And then I just start stretching. I may pray. I may be still. I may listen to a meditation. Alexa, stop. I may have a meditation from somewhere, but that's what I do every single morning. It's like my brain automatically hears a song, then I've got that whole playlist. And then at nighttime, I wind down. It's not as sophisticated as that, because it's all about my face, right? I'm in the bathroom doing my little facials every night, you know. But my point is, when you have these morning and evening rituals, it makes your basic needs so much better. Really quick, do you two have basic morning and evening rituals? If so, Carla, thinking about it. Renee, go for it. Do you have any that you don't?
I do. Praying, of course. Every day that I wake up is a gift. We recently started the meditation
21-day meditation challenge by Deepak.
That, and then of course we have our workout classes. For me, it's more than just physical fitness. It's about the whole mind, body, and soul. It's nourishing for me.
And for those of you watching this and you're like, that's just doing the most, trust me, I get it. I used to be that person. If I had to be out the door at 7:30, I was waking up at 7:15. I'm brushing my teeth, getting dressed all at the same time. All right, God. And I was out the door and my mind was just done. Sometimes you're doing too much stuff. I tend to do too much stuff. Yoga, meditation, journaling, writing, listening to music, making bread. Like I sometimes do too much. That's why for February, I said, calm down. I'm just focused on yoga. I stopped doing the 21-day meditation challenge because that was too much for me. Journal a little bit, but for me, I had to slow it down because I was doing too much. Carla, unmic, is there one thing that you do morning and evening? Maybe one or two things, maybe no things, would love to hear. And does it help you?
What I do is Bible study with the church, with this lady, minister, and with her family, and she invited other people along. So I really enjoyed that. And I need to stop talking so much.
Well, you know, I
No,
may
I'm
disagree with
just,
that.
yeah, I'm saying that because when you get so happy and when you be in God's presence, it's like you just like gotta tell everybody. You gotta talk, 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 talk. So
I love it. I love it. So we started off talking about Maslow's hierarchy, and there's another amazing human called Tony Robbins. And if you go on YouTube, you can YouTube turn Tony Robbins 6 human needs, and this is his key to breakthrough. And I'm going to go through these briefly because it's helped me so much. First of all, certainty, right? I don't know about you, but sometimes I can be a little control freak. Like, I like to know what's going to happen before it actually happens. So when you're certain about something, it gives you a sense of safety, a sense of security. It's like, okay, for example, you know the tree isn't going to fall on your head. You know that you're not just going to fall down to the ground. You know you're going to put the light switch on, the light's going to go on. These are things that you're certain of, and it makes you feel comfortable and secure, right? Then you have uncertainty or variety. I love plans, but I also love no plans. I love that like, what's going to happen? That's why some people will say to me, well, Tina, I can't do something because you always have something planned. It's okay, just as long as there's something to go. And I think for me, the reason why I like to have plans is because my mind will tend to scatter. And the only time I want my mind to scatter is if I'm meditating. I know that sounds kind of crazy, right? For example, if I had nothing to do at all, I'd just be like, okay, what do you usually do when you have nothing to do? The average person, they may watch the news, scroll on social media, eat, right? These are some things that people do when they don't have plans, when they don't have certainty in their life. I don't need to eat, all right? I'm not watching the news because it's not fueling my soul. It's not fueling my mind and body. So that's why I need a little bit of certainty and some non-certainty, right? So the need for the unknown, the change, it's a new stimuli and it's exciting, right? After that, significance, feeling unique and valued, feeling important, special, or needed, right? Am I the only person who wants to feel needed sometimes? Feeling independent. And then you have that connection and that love, right? We all want to feel loved. A strong feeling of closeness or union with someone or something. That's what I love about our community. And you can kind of tell the people I'm extra close to, because I may yell at them, you know, I might call them funny names or something, you know, and they know who they are. It's just love. It's how I love, right? I love hard. I love fun because you only have one life. So that love and connection is so important. You don't need your family to do this. And am I the only person that sometimes you feel more support and more love from people that are not your family members? Am I the only one? Okay, I thought, maybe it is me, but sometimes they just see it differently. Also, growth, right? That is a human need, like a baby growing, an expansion of capacity, capability, or understanding something. That's why I think I love reading so much. As a child, I didn't really like reading or listening to books or watching motivational videos or going to events or going to summits or, anything that's going to pique my interest where I want to learn. Think about it like this, guys. Do you have a coach? Do you have a mentor? If you are living and you want a better life, no matter what it is, whether it's your fitness, your finances, your relationships, whatever it is, if you do not have a coach, if you do not have a mentor, you're probably going to stay stuck in the same place. I have coaches. I have mentors. Everyone knows Oprah Winfrey is very successful, right? She has 6, 7, maybe 10 coaches because you have to be guided. Anyone from Michael Jordan to Kobe Bryant to Tiger Woods, everyone has a coach because you can't see what you're doing, right? That's why it's very important to have that coach to keep you lined up. Well, you know what? You did that good. All right, get back over here. And sometimes you need a hard coach and sometimes you need a soft coach. And that's what's so great about having me as a coach. And recently I realized I can't take on any client or all clients, right? I'm very selective. When I first started this whole coaching thing, I was like, yeah, I can help you. But now it's like, hold up, wait a minute. Do I really want to work with you? Because it's my energy, right? You tend to get what people give you. I was talking to someone today after yoga. I had an amazing yoga class. She's from Jamaica. And we were having a conversation. And she told me she is a death doula. A doula is a person who helps you when you're having a baby. So she helps people when they're transitioning to death. I was like, girl, that is deep. because she's feeling their energy. She says, like, as they're dying, she's preparing them to go to the next side and all that. I was like, whoa, that's heavy. I say that to say, once you're really in tune with who you are and whose you are, right? Once you're solid in all that, you tend to become a little more empathetic, a little more compassionate. You tend to feel people's feelings. And when you're getting all their feelings, guess what? It starts to drain you. You get sucked and it's just like, oh, I can't do anymore. You have to fuel yourself up. That's why sometimes I have to take a minute before I look at messages, before I check my emails. It's like, okay, let me make sure I'm okay. Because if I'm not okay, I can't support that person. I kind of went off on a tangent. Forgive me, forgive me. We were talking about connection love. We're moving on to growth. We were talking about growth and expansion of capacity, contribution, a sense of service and focus on you do. It can be as simple as someone a compliment, as simple at church, doing a Sunday school lesson. It feels so good. This week I had the opportunity to have 3 speakers speak to students. And for me, it wasn't even about the students that made me feel extra good, because I do that a lot, right? It was about the speakers. Because after the event, my daughter was one of the speakers, and Carla, you were there, so you got to enjoy it. They felt so great. You know, my daughter called me that night. She's like, mind you, she called me at like 10:30 because she's in California, it's a different time zone. And she's like, are you asleep? I'm like, yeah. Oh, okay. Okay, because I wanted to talk. All right, so then we start talking, and she's like, I loved today. I want to do more purpose. No, she said more passion, more purpose work instead of passion work. Because you have your passion, those things you're passionate about, right? Like Renee, you're passionate about math, about accounting, engineering, whatever the heck it is you do. Carla, you're passionate on being compassionate. Your passion is being compassionate and helping people and learning, right? So purpose is what you're on this earth to do. And her speaking to these students, she felt that was her purpose, to share her story, to share her brother's story. Because when she shares her story, she changes the world. So it felt really good for me to have these speakers share their story. It was just absolutely phenomenal. And that's another way of how to contribute in life. So being a 2D by application process, is going to be intimate. And in this 2-day intensive, we're going to dig super deep into your feeling, to the things that are keeping you stuck, the things that are stopping you from doing what it is that you want to do in life. Now, it can be marriage, it can be vacations, but I'm talking super deep. Like maybe you have high blood pressure, high cholesterol, you're not eating healthy. Guess what? You're probably going to die sooner than later. I'm here to tell you, my father was 49 years old when he passed away in his sleep because of all those things. It could have been avoided if he took care of it, but he was stuck, right? You may be stuck and you're not able to get that position at that job. You may not be able to get that raise. There's something in you that's got you stuck. And because you're stuck, you're not truly living your best life. You're not truly happy. You're not eating clean. You're in pain. You're in agony. This 2-day intensive is going to be very intricate. So there's going to be pre-homework, as I mentioned. We're going to have a one-on-one conversation. And if you apply ahead of time, we can even do a meetup before the event so we can dive even deeper. And then we have our 2-day and then afterwards to make sure that you're getting every single thing you need to reach the full capacity. Oh, look at Carla smiling over there. What you smiling about, Carla girl? You're looking good today. So from what I just said, ladies, talking about the needs from, Robbins, the 6 human needs: certainty. I want you each to talk about one of them, maybe give a story if you want. Certainty, uncertainty or variety in your life, significance, connection, love. Carla, you're going first, by the way. Growth or contribution. How do you feel these basic human needs are the key to the breakthrough of what you want?
Well, by me going to school, I know what I want to do, but I'm very uncertain about what God's plan is for my life, or what direction He wants me to go to. And so I'm very nervous about that. And it's like, no, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do this. But I am so glad to be part of this tribe. And I'm so grateful for you two ladies, because everybody knows from here that I do not talk at all. And when I say that I'm talking too much, it's amazing. I could say, yeah, I talk a lot. And I'm just so grateful for you two. And I just love you both from the bottom of my heart.
I love it. I love it. So, Carla, you hit on 3 topics right there: certainty, uncertainty, right? First, because you know that's how, and then the uncertainty, I really don't know what I want to do. Has something for me, I don't know. And then that connection and that love, being a part of this community. Yes, there's ups, there's downs, all that great stuff. Thank you so much for sharing, Carla. And it goes even deeper, you know. And for anyone that's here, if you want, we can give you a very small ebook from the notes from today. You just have to type, and we'll text it in the chat, put it in the Instagram as well, Renee. If you text notes, we'll give you the notes from today to kind of help you with those basic needs. Renee, you were up. What would you say are some key takeaways you got from what I just mentioned?
My key takeaway is that in the Tony Robbins one, where he talks about the connection and love, everyone wants to feel needed and loved. We're not meant to be on this earth alone. And I believe that when we break through that feeling and we feel like we do belong and we are loved and we accept that love, the connections grow, and then in turn we grow, we experience personal growth because we feel the support of the people around us, and therefore they encourage us. We then have a support network around us who encourages us to experience our personal growth, so that we can go on and make the contributions to the world that we're meant to make.
I love it. I love it. And I just want to tap into those before we get out of here. So as we just mentioned, we were talking about the 6 human needs that are key to breakthrough: certainty, uncertainty, or variety, significance, connection, love, growth, and contribution. Think of the 2 things, how they influence your life choices, everything that you do every day, right? Being attentive with things. So I just want to show you guys something really 2-day intensive in a couple of weeks, and it's called Overcome Trauma and Master Your Mindset. And it's a 2-day intensive. I just want to show you this quick video so you can have an idea of what it's about. Are you tired of feeling stuck? Are you tired of feeling confused and sad about something that may have happened in your past, and you're ready to just break through all of those past traumas and tragedies? Well, I'm putting together a 2-day, yes, I said it, a 2-day intensive to really lock down what you're going through, to express it, and then how to push through those pains. I've been dealing with trauma my entire life, but I am an expert when it comes to traumedies. A traumedy is when the energies of a trauma and a tragedy collide, life-changing experiences occur. And when you come to this 2-day experience, you are going to leave with results. You are going to leave with a tool belt, a toolbox of skills you can use when you get those tough times in life. So click the button right there and get some more information to join. So as I mentioned, guys, this is not an event for everybody. These are the dates of the event. You're going to experience all the things to uncover the mindset shifts when it comes to your health and wellness, your relationships, career, and purpose. And we'll put the link in the chat as well. You'll also gain tools for mastering your mindset, which is so important, creating a clear vision, building confidence and balance. These are the benefits of it. Who's to come? Who needs to come? Who needs to come? This is for you. If you're a mother, teacher, professional, entrepreneur, caregiver, does not matter. If you've experienced loss, heartbreak, setbacks, health struggles, this is for you. You feel stuck in a cycle of stress, overcome, or fear. If you're ready to shift your mindset, You've poured into others for years, right? What can you expect? Over these 2 immersive days, you'll focus on mastering your mindset, overcoming trauma. I'm going to show you one quick, this is one of my favorites. Actually, I might show you 2. This is one here of my favorite videos.
I just always, it always hurts my heart when you share about your son. And you are such a powerful person, like such a powerful person to be able to take that trauma, like you said, and to still go out and shine a light in the way that you do. I'll never forget our run here in Lexington, Kentucky. And there was a lot of people that were running in straight lines to get from where we were to where we were going. And then there was you who was running forward and backwards more and forward again and forward and backward. You were running to wherever somebody needed you. And that was really powerful to me. You're just a very powerful person. And so it is always, I just admire who you are and your strength and your courage.
So that sorry, Crow. That was Glenn Lundy. That is Glenn Lundy. He's one of the mentors that I had that poured into me. And just listening to him say that makes me realize how it fuels me, right? Like he said, everyone was going, but I felt the need to help those that were behind and going forward. And this is one more video I want to show you, just because this woman is amazing.
I remember meeting you at the Mom Link, and your energy is infectious. I mean, first of all, you're drop dead gorgeous, but your smile, your energy, your eyes, you light up a room. You literally light up a room. And I really do think instinctually, Tina, that this, in the next couple of years, it's gonna be a different conversation, and I am gonna be begging you to be, give me your time. I am meeting you at a place where you are on an upward trajectory, and I feel very honored to be a part of what you're about ready. Like, you are, where you're going to be in the next couple of years is nothing compared to where you're at right now. And the fact that you're including me in on this journey is a real gift for me. So I'm doing, I know shit. I do have an instinct for people, and I have a very strong instinct and knowingness about you. So I'm very grateful that you think I'm so fabulous, but you, my friends, are the fabulous ones. So
thank you. So as I mentioned, Crow, though it's really good to hear from other people what you're doing, because sometimes you don't know what you're doing or what you need, right? And in this 2-day, as I mentioned, we're gonna dive super deep into what it is that you need, what it is that you want for your life. And as I said, there is an application process because it's not for everyone. I'm sorry, I wish it could be, but it's not. Let me see if I can find that screen again so I can, actually I exit out of it, that's okay. Carla, Renee, comments in regards to what I just played or said? Questions, comments?
A comment, because I was present for both of those interviews, and the one that stuck out to me, well, both of them stuck out because I remember that run that he was referring to, and you were serving the community because you were back and forth making sure no one was left behind. But and then the one with Barbara Majeski, I'm thinking, like, she was so right. Think about that interview, which I think that one, because we've done several with her, was in late 21, I think, or early 22. Look how far, look where you are now. You're living in Florida where you wanted to live. You put it out there. You're doing all of the things and pursuing your dreams. And then, do I have time to share my thought about the 2-day intensive, just from personal experience?
Sure, go for it. Go for it.
What I would say is, for people who do not know, I started out as your client, and I'm letting them know that it is such an opportunity, because you may think that you're, like I did, I thought I was happy, but I did not realize until I started working with you that it was far more than just as I mentioned earlier, it was far more than just the physical exercise. It was unpacking all of those years of emotions and feelings and things that were just packed down inside. And once I started working with you and they started coming to the surface, I did experience, I will never forget what true happiness really was. And now I'm living my best life because of that.
I love it. And you know what goes even deeper, Renee? You got me thinking about Carla, sure, like I'm around you a lot, is when Carla came to New Jersey. You know, she got out of her shell. And even for myself, like when you're living life, if you're here, going to work, taking the kids to whatever, you're doing the same thing over and over and over again. Carla, what's it mean when I'm doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results? What am I doing, Carla? Can you help us out with that, please?
It's Saturday.
When you do the same thing and you don't know what's going on in the outside world. But what I have done is I realized, you know, because of my traumedy, well, girl, you're going to end up down if you keep going that way. I realized I had to make a shift. It's a mind shift. It's a body shift. It's a total shift in the way you think, right? You have to get those past ways. A lot of people don't like talking about it. I get it. I respect them. I used to get mad back in the day, like, why don't you just It's not meant for everyone. It's not meant for everyone to have that transformation. And that's what happens when you work with me, is you get you're not the same person. Look at pictures. Wild. My daughter is a professional actress, model, dancer, all that stuff. And she's going to be getting new headshots because she's rocking a new hairdo. When you're in the entertainment industry, you have to get new pictures every 3 to 6 months. As an adult, maybe longer. So she's doing a fro in her hair now where she had locks before. And I was like, girl, you got plenty of pictures with you with a fro. And she's like, Mom, my eyes will look different. Now, she's not talking about the shape of her eyes, the color of her eyes. She's talking about what's coming out of her eyes is what's coming out of her soul. So when you've gone through some things, when you've learned some things, what you're seeing, the way you look, your energy is different, right? That's what happens when you get that total body transformation. And that's what happens when you work with us, Elevating 360. Elevate your mind, your body, your soul, your nutrition, your finances. It's a lot, people. It's a lot. And as we mentioned, that's what happens when you take the full body course, the full body everything. So in this intensive, I'm not sure if you can see this. This is me right here. And we'll put the link so you can actually jump in and apply, because like I said, you have to apply to be accepted into this 2-day intensive. This intensive is for you if you're tired of feeling stuck, and you're ready to break through from the cycles of procrastination, fear, or self-doubt. You've experienced setbacks, traumas, or losses that have kept you from living fully, and you're ready to turn your pain into purpose. This intensive is for you if you want to improve your health, mindset, and relationships, but don't know where to start or how to stay consistent. This intensive is for you if you're juggling so many responsibilities that you've forgotten how to prioritize your own growth and self-care. If you feel called to live a bigger, bolder life, but you need some guidance into your power with clarity and confidence. If you're craving supportive community or like-minded individuals who uplift you, who inspire you and challenge you to be the best you can be, this is for you. If you're ready to commit, a commit is something you're doing, no ifs, ands, or buts, to yourself, and make lasting changes that lead to healthier, happier, more fulfilled life. This is for you if you have those things. Now, if you don't believe in investing in your mental health, don't even get off the screen now if you don't want to do that. If you're unwilling to see the value of prioritizing your mental and emotional well-being, this event isn't for you, right? If you feel that growth requires commitment, and if you're not ready to put in the work, not for you. If you don't see the value in expanding your mindset, not for you. If you're resistant to learning new perspective or new strategies for personal growth, not for you. If you expect instant results like this, it's not going to happen. Yes, it's a 2-day intensive, but in this 2-day, we're going to teach you how to have lifelong results. You're going to get results right away in certain areas of your life. And then in other areas, you're going to learn for the future as well. If you prefer to stay in your comfort zone, this isn't for you. And you just click there. What's standing in your way as we step? What's standing in your way of overcoming life's biggest challenges? There's some more things here. You can just simply go to the website. This tells you what's happening day 1, day 2, some questions here. Like I said, click there. But before we get out of here today, I want to leave you with a special gift. And what I need you to do is come to the edge of your seat or to stand up. I prefer if you can stand up, but if you can't stand up, that's okay. And I want you to bring your hands over your head. And I want you to wiggle your rib cage up towards the heavens and just wiggle, 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 wiggle. And exhale, bring your hands down. And just move your head from side to side. Maybe you circle your head. We're going to do a very quick breath exercise that you can do when you're feeling anxious, if you're feeling stressed, if you're whatever it is, like you're not in a good state of mind. I want to invite you to do this simple breath work, okay? We're going to inhale for 4 counts. So when you inhale, you want to inhale through your nose and put one hand on your stomach, right? And one hand on your heart. And when you inhale, you can't see my stomach, but you want your belly to go out when you inhale. So it's like you're inhaling and you expand your belly. When you exhale, you're pulling your belly in. That's the proper way to breathe. I know it sounds crazy. When I did my yoga teacher training, they're like, this is how you breathe. I'm like, what are you talking about? Just breathe in and out in your mouth. Inhale, belly goes out. And when you exhale, belly comes in. So we're going to inhale for 4 counts. We're going to hold it at the top for 4 counts. And then we're going to exhale for 6. Yep, I added an extra 2 in there. So inhale through your nose. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now hold it. 3, take another sip in. Now slowly exhale for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. One more. Inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it at the top. Take in another sip of air. You got 3, 4. Now exhale for 6, 5. Slower. 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep your eyes closed. Now just go to a regular breath right now. And I always say when you inhale happy thoughts, rainbows, butterflies, the sun on your face, the water crashing on the rocks. And when you exhale, just exhale anything that's not serving you. Whenever you're breathing, you want to exhale. If you have a pain in your shoulder, in your back, you want to let your breath go to that part of your body to just get the painful feeling out. So inhale through your nose, exhale out your mouth. Slowly open up your eyes. Yay! Alrighty, crew. That is our workshop for today. A little interactive talking right now. Our 2-day intensive is March 7th. I will have another event before that. This is a workshop where we're actually talking back and forth. The next event will be a masterclass. In a masterclass, that's where you get your pen and paper. A masterclass is something where you get a lot of valuable information that's going to change your life, something that you're focused on. So if you have any questions, anything you want me to focus on for this masterclass, email me, DM me on Instagram, whatever. Say, Tina, on your next masterclass, please talk about blah, blah, blah. I'm stuck in this relationship and I don't know how to get out of it. I'm stuck and I can't seem to get rid of this extra fat. I'm stuck at this job. I hate it. I can't get out of it. I am gifted with the ability to transform lives, minds, and all that great stuff. With that being said, it's 2 o'clock, crew. We are out of here. Peace and a bottle of hair grease. Bye, everyone.